Look how gruesome he looks. Like, okay, you got the 3 dots, and he just looks wrecked. His brain is literally out. And okay, the robotic legs, this reminds me, let's see if you guys can think of it, alright? I'm gonna search up the character. Alright, DC Nation, welcome back to another video, and guys, today we're talking about Absolute Superman. Now, if you've not been following Absolute Superman, bro, you are missing out. Like, this series is amazing, and for those who don't know about the Absolute Universe, basically, we have the mainline DC Universe, which has the Superman we all know, the Batman we all know, the Wonder Woman we all know, but then we have the Absolute Universe, an alternate universe that has heroes that are more underdogs. That's the best way to describe it, and Absolute Superman is described as a hero that is without the fortress, without the family, without the home. This is the Absolute Man of Steel. That's literally the description of Absolute Superman. Now, throughout this series, we've been learning about his origins, how Krypton exploded. Yep, Krypton still exploded in this universe. Always happens, but that's been interesting. But a big mystery throughout this entire series so far, we're now 7 issues in, is Absolute Brainiac. Alright, Absolute Brainiac. Who is he? And yeah, guys, check out this cover right here. I'm gonna tell you right now, Absolute Brainiac is the most horrifying and just terrifying version of the villain yet, alright? Like, Brainiac being a world conqueror and how he collects all these worlds, you know, Baldsia Condor, he collected the Kryptonians, the last remnants of Krypton, and yeah, he's usually a terrifying villain if you actually think about it, but this Absolute version takes it a step further. We start going into body horror, we start going into like insanity, we go to the Nevada desert, basically Area 51, you know, Area 51, Brainiac, aliens, connects, but we have the Omega Men. Now, the Omega Men in this series, you have Jimmy Olsen, well, Lois Lane, she is actually working under Brainiac. So we have this corporation that's called the Lazarus Corporation, and they're the big villains, led not by Brainiac actually, but Ra's al Ghul. Come on, Ra's al Ghul and Lazarus connects, and Ra's al Ghul being a villain of Superman is so interesting. I actually have a theory that I'll get to later in this video. We'll talk about Ra's al Ghul, but we see the Omega Men, and in this world, we have Jimmy Olsen, who's one of the Omega Men, and they're basically like a rebellion. So if you think of like the Lazarus Corporation as the Empire from Star Wars, well, the Omega Men, they are the rebellion. And they show up to the Nevada desert and they just get destroyed by Brainiac. Alright, like their bones are coming out of their body, their muscles are being shrunk, like body horror at its finest. And then Brainiac steps out. And bro, check out this Brainiac. Look how gruesome he looks. Like, okay, you got the 3 dots, and he just looks wrecked. His brain is literally out. And okay, the robotic legs, this reminds me, let's see if you guys can think of it, alright? I'm gonna search up the character. Who does this remind you of from Star Wars? There's a reason I brought up the Empire and the Rebellion. I was preparing you guys for my Star Wars connection. So, Star Wars, Darth Maul, Clone Wars, Season 5, alright? So after Savage, by the way guys, I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I don't think some of you guys realize that. Like, I like Star Wars, I just don't make content on it because I don't have time. But if I had more time, I would definitely make like a Star Wars channel. But yeah, dude, Darth Maul, let's see if I get like a good photo. Oh yeah, right here, bro. Look at this dude. Like, guys, that's Darth Maul in Clone Wars. Remember in, I think it was season 3 or 4, one of the finales where Savage, he brought Darth Maul back through, you know, the Night Sisters and Star Wars lore here, but he brought Darth Maul back, and Savage is Darth Maul's brother. If you guys don't remember, Darth Maul, he was cut in half by Qui-Gon Jinn, and Qui-Gon Jinn is the mentor or master of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and yeah, Darth Maul came back for vengeance against Obi-Wan. I think it was the season 4 finale, if I'm remembering correctly. He then returned in season 5, and we had like an amazing outlaw storyline, and then he fought Ahsoka. Bro, that was so epic. Like, bro, season 7 of Clone Wars, that final storyline, amazing. But Darth Maul here, he was awesome. I can't wait for the Darth, this is turning into a Star Wars video. But okay, Darth Maul, Shadow Lord, animated. We're getting a Darth Maul animated series coming out. Like, that was announced just a few weeks ago, and I am hyped, bro. Like, Darth Maul deserves it. I know, spoilers, I know his story ended. I won't say how it ended, because I'm not gonna go into complete spoilers, but it ended in Star Wars Rebels, and yeah, bro, this is going to be so cool, man. I can't wait. But yeah, absolute Brainiac. It definitely looks like Darth Maul. Like, look at this. Look at him here. The robotic legs. Now look at absolute Brainiac. Like, come on, you guys see the connection? But yeah, from here we see that absolute Brainiac is basically experimenting on and causing body horror or bodily harm to these Omega Men. And absolute Brainiac, he's like talking to himself. He is obsessed with Superman. He's asking, where is the Man of Steel? And the Bald-Sea Candor, they don't answer him, so he just destroys them. Like, he throws the Bald-Sea down, they all die. Pretty messed up. But then absolute Brainiac, like, look at him here. His brain, he's like twitching. He's all kinds of messed up. And that's because he's actually been alive for a long time. And he's been through a lot of trauma, and yeah, a lot, guys. So let's go into the origin. Many years earlier, we had the Lazarus Corporation, right, which is on Earth, but in the cosmos, we have what's called the Collective. That's what's revealed. The Collective is basically a group, or you could say an entire society of Brainiacs that has like a organizational system. Like, you have Brainiac 0, which is the lowest form of Brainiac, and then you have Brainiac 100, which is basically the leader of Brainiacs. So yeah, there's like all these Brainiacs, and Brainiac Zeros, they are tasked with burying all the dead Brainiacs. Because remember, Brainiac is an artificial intelligence, usually linked to Krypton. We don't get a link to Krypton here, but it may still happen. And yeah, these Brainiacs as robots, they eventually die, alright? They only live for so long, except for absolute Brainiac. So he gets this job to bury and just get rid of the waste, the refuse. Refuse meaning food, waste, scraps, or garbage. So you can see how the higher order Brainiacs treat the lower order. Like, the lower order of Brainiacs that don't live long, they're treated pretty poorly. And yeah, this moment when our Brainiac, the one we're focusing on, says they are not Brainiac, and the higher order Brainiac says not anymore, begins shoveling 4,119,732, and our Brainiac says, Brainiac, my work shift, how long does it last? And the higher order Brainiac says, for as long as you do. Bro, I got chills when I was reading this, like, for as long as you do. This kind of reminds me of Detroit Become Human. I'm also a big fan of video games, guys. GTA 6 looks epic. I'm very excited, but I'm a fan of a lot of things, man. But DC is #1. But yeah, in Detroit Become Human, we have a sequence where it's in like the garbage. Let me see. Yeah, this might actually show it off. Let's see. So it's the one scene where one of the main characters that you're playing, you're in like a dumpster area, and you find all these other robots like yourself that are just destroyed, and they're trying to make it out. And this one robot attacks you, and it's like, I gotta stay alive, but you end up burying that robot. And it just shows how these robots are treated like garbage and waste, and that's what leads to an uprising. Now, the Brainiacs are cosmos, so it's more could be like an uprising against the other Brainiacs, not humans. So absolute Superman is not your basic artificial intelligence storyline. We're getting a lot of those nowadays because, you know, AI, all that. But dude, oh, by the way, guys, I must mention, I was trying to make this video this morning, and I had to wait like an extra like 10 minutes because freaking Woody Woodpecker would not stop like pecking the ceiling. Like, dude, like, I don't know what it is about this time of year, but birds, and like Woody Woodpecker be like coming around a lot and just be distracting, making noise. And I didn't want you guys like hearing like pecking in the background, so had to wait a little bit, but I think it was worth it. And yeah, dude, let's get back to this. So Brainiac 0, he gets to shoveling, and yeah, we see time go by. Like day 2844, he's still alive. And then we go to, let's see, day 13,638, he's still alive. And at this point, Brainiac 0, he's talking to himself. He's kinda growing insane. Actually, not kinda. He is growing insane. Like, he's literally talking to the dead Brainiacs. Like, it's pretty horrifying. And eventually, he realized that, wait, no more refuse, no garbage Brainiacs are being put into my room for me to shovel. So he goes to the door. He's been trapped in there for basically 50,000 days, insane, and he's still alive. I don't think the collective or the higher order of Brainiacs expected him to be alive for this long. And yeah, dude, he walks out and he finds Brainiac 100. The leader of the Brainiacs, dead. He comes up to him, he's like, greetings, are you Brainiac 1? And he's like, no, you are more refuse than I am Brainiac. He smiles. Now think about this. He was Brainiac 0, and I think he realized that the higher order of Brainiacs were treating him poorly after so many days, left him behind to die. And the fact that he made it this long and he's grown insane, and now he sees a moment for him to seize control. He starts collecting worlds, so he basically continues what the higher order of Brainiacs were doing, just now he is one of them, which is a problem. You guys can see the problem there. And yeah, he took to the stars, and we don't see how Brainiac made it to Earth, but somehow he got connected with the Lazarus Corporation, Ra's al Ghul, and he's now working for Ra's al Ghul, which is insane. Like, why is this alien that is basically really powerful because he survived 50,000 days, so he is a special Brainiac. Why is this special Brainiac working for a human? Unless this Ra's al Ghul is not a human. Bro, guys, I'm about to get to a crazy theory, okay? And by the way, this Brainiac, like, he be smiling like the Joker, and he calls in the collective, and the collective are still treating him poorly. These higher order Brainiacs who look insane, and like, look at this guy, like, bro, let me see. This guy right here, like, his nose like splits his mouth into two. Like, that is insane design. Like, the artwork in this issue is amazing, I gotta say. But yeah, the higher order of Brainiacs are still treating our Brainiac poorly, and he's definitely going to destroy them at some point. But we then switch over to Peacemaker. By the way, Peacemakers, they work for the Lazarus Corporation. Peacemakers are basically the army under the Lazarus Corporation, and the leader of this army is the Peacemaker we all know. You know, Christopher Smith. And yeah, Brainiac is about to toy with him and make him into an unstoppable being, alright? Like, Peacemaker is about to become the greatest formidable foe to Superman. For now, he's going to be unleashed in next issue, and then eventually we'll see Brainiac go up against absolute Superman. I can't wait for that. But most of all, I can't wait for absolute Ra's al Ghul to go up against absolute Superman. Now, this issue is called Son of the Demon. Prologue. A mind is a terrible thing, alright? And I think a mind is a terrible thing. That title is referring to Brainiac. And I must say, I think this issue, it showed the origin of Brainiac very vaguely. We didn't go fully in depth. We didn't see how he made to Earth. We don't see his connection to Ra's al Ghul, so they're definitely saving that. But guys, before I wrap up this video, let me get to my theory about absolute Ra's al Ghul. So, in issue number 6, the last issue that wrapped up the first arc, issue number 7 that we just covered about Brainiac is more of an interlude issue before the next big arc. You guys should be reading Absolute Superman. Like, after watching this video, go collect issue number 7 at your local comic shop. I highly recommend it. Like, so good, man. But last issue we focused on, you know, Clark in Smallville growing up with Pa and Ma Kent and how it's different from the mainline DC universe. Very similar still, but some differences. But at the very end, we go to the Nevada desert and we see, let me go to it. Oh, by the way, Lois Lane, she might work for the Lazarus Corporation, but she's kind of gotten a connection with Absolute Superman, and I can see her working with the Omega Man and Superman against Brainiac and Ra's al Ghul. Eventually, it's definitely gonna happen. But yeah, in the Nevada desert, Brainiac tells Ra's al Ghul that he has Agent Lane, Lois Lane, under control, and everything is going according to plan. And even Ra's al Ghul is like, man, I'm surprised, Brainiac, like, you seem unstable, but you're making things happen. And yeah, I must say, I have often doubted your methods, and Brainiac says, you would not be the first. And then Ra's al Ghul says, but deliver what you have promised me, and you ensure your place in the world that is coming. And Brainiac replies, of course, sir. I'm just happy to be a servant to the higher cause. Brainiac saying, sir? What? Brainiac don't work for nobody. I guess now he does. So who is this person? Ra's al Ghul, he steps out of a Lazarus pit, and he says, so say we all. Salvation is close at hand for billions upon billions. Once the Superman kneels at the feet of his holy father, Ra's al Ghul. And guys, we see these robots, like these Brainiac robots, you could say, or these Kryptonian robots around him. And at first, when I heard once the Superman kneels at the feet, I'm like, kneel before Zod? Like, come on, General Zod? I was kind of getting that vibe, but this ain't General Zod. It may be. Like, what if... Okay, here's my theory. So, Ra's al Ghul, if you think about Batman Begins, remember it was a title? Like, we had Henry Ducard, who became Ra's al Ghul. And Ra's al Ghul sometimes has just been a title, not the person's actual name. And in this case, what if... Okay, first theory, I don't think this is likely, but what if General Zod came to Earth and he took on the title Ra's al Ghul, and General Zod and Brainiac are working together? That could be crazy. Or my big theory, what if this is Jor-El? Alright, like, what if Jor-El, he says Superman will kneel at the feet of his holy father. Now, this could just be metaphorical, like, okay, holy father, Ra's al Ghul is trying to spread his salvation, like, they're using, like, religious terms, so... yeah, it may just be that. It may not just be that Ra's al Ghul is Superman's literal father, but that would be crazy, man. Like, we saw Jor-El and Lara in the flashbacks, and if I'm remembering correctly, they didn't die. They actually escaped Krypton. Now, they got split up from Kal-El, so that means Jor-El is still alive. And what if Jor-El and Lara got split, or maybe Lara died? And then Jor-El spiraled, and he came to Earth, and he became Ra's al Ghul, and maybe he's trying to reform or turn Earth into Krypton in a similar way that General Zod was trying to do in Man of Steel. Bro, that'd be crazy. Jor-El and Brainiac working together. Oh my goodness, bro. Like, this, dude, insane. Like, Absolute Superman has so much to do. A Subway ad? What the heck? When was the last time you were at Subway? Like, I haven't been at Subway in a minute. But if I would go, meatball sub. But yeah, dude, Absolute Superman, such a good series. But you guys tell me down below, who do you think Absolute Ra's al Ghul actually is? And what else do you think there is to know about Absolute Brainiac? And yeah, dude, I might keep covering this series on this channel. Maybe not every issue, but when there's like big issues that I think there's something to talk about, I'll talk about it. But yeah, DC Nation, I'll see you in the next comic review. Thanks for watching, and peace out.